and the pen parade keeps going on. Today I am going to be talking about the new Tombow Mono Drawing Pens. These are part of their Mono line. They have mono pencils and I think highlighters and tape and things, and I don't know why they call them mono. I haven't figured that out yet, but it's not really something that interests me all too much. However, I was really excited when they came out with this line of drawing pens because it is a little different than things that they've had in the past, and these to me seem comparable in terms of style to something like a Pigma Micron pen. And I'm going to actually compare those later in this video. Give you a little info off the website of these. They are water-based pigment ink drawing pens that produce smooth, skip-free drawing and writing with no smudging. Ink dries instantly. We'll check that out. Durable nibs withstand firm pressure without bending tips, ensuring steady ink flow, which would be fabulous for me. And I will say, well, I'll get back to that. Great for use with colored art markers and colored pencils. Produces excellent results when used with drawing, marker, watercolor, and mixed media paper. Ideal for illustrations, technical drawings, manga, anime, lettering, and journaling. Create precise detailed drawings of 3 tip sizes: 01, 03, and 05. Odorless, black ink, and non-refillable. It's a lot of information. It's all on the Tombow website. I'll link it down below, and it's not an affiliate link. Before I look at the claims, I will say that I have been working in my planner with these this week, and thus far I really like them. They seem very comparable in the way that they write to a Pigma Micron, and that's always fun. I will also test them on the new Erin Condren paper, because that's the planner I'm using right now. But for now, I'm just going to write out, give you a look at what these look like in their writing, and then we're going to test out some of these claims. So we have I'm just going to go all 3 in a row, 01, 03, 05, and just write out a little sample right here. That's the difference in the 3. And as a comparison really quick, I'm not going to full-blown comparison these two things because they're Pigma Microns. They're fairly standard in the drawing world, and they have archival ink, and I love using them, but I do want to just show you what the tip sizes are so you can see how comparable they are to each other. So a couple of thoughts I have on the Microns versus the Tombow. I'm not going to get into the differences in the type of ink and everything, but just in terms of writing with them, because I like using Microns in my planner. One thing I will say, and this I noticed right now just doing this, their claim about durable nibs for the Tombows, I will say that compared to the Microns, the nibs in the Tombow seem a lot firmer and less giving. Like when I work with the Micron 1, I go through these fairly quickly, because I wreck these little tiny nibs. They start to split and it gets all fucked up. But I wrote with this 01, and there's a little bit of give to it, but it's nowhere near as frightening as the 01. But you're gonna get give either way with an 01 because it's such a tiny nib. But a 3, I feel no fear that I'm gonna wreck this, at least not right off the bat. So the durable nibs thing thus far seems to be working for me, and as I am heavy-handed, as a lot of you know, that's really important. So I would say that, yeah, I'm excited about the durable nib. We'll have to see how it goes over time. However, for now, if you are heavy-handed, consider looking at these. Remember, the 01 is going to have some give, but these feel at least a little more sturdy than other pens with this type of a tip, so that's awesome. So let's look at some of these other claims. We have ink dries instantly. Okay, let's test this out. Smear. That one smeared. Ink did not dry instantly there. Yep. I'm not sure how I'll pull this up because I know it's hard to see. Look. Can we focus? Let's pull some focus here. I don't know if you can see, but these did smear. They didn't smear heinously, but they did smear. So let's do this again, and let's just give them I'll just write them all out. And in that time, we'll see how they smear. We'll give it a good, I don't know, what? 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. And the only one that smeared was the number 5, and that was barely, and it was probably because it was the last one drawn. So these do dry fairly quickly, but they do not dry instantly. So if you're a lefty, remember that, because your hands still might smudge them a bit if you're like writing really fast. So think about that, okay? I am curious to see, we'll try this again. 1, 3, 5, because I want to maybe use these in my bullet journal, which hashtag, you know, bullet journaling is not my easiest thing ever, but we will test out my bullet journal, the mild liners, because I am going to be going back to my bullet journal because I am not giving up the ghost. I was just at Plancation, and Andrea Gaines taught about bullet journaling, and I don't know, I just feel like I don't want to let her down. So we'll see if the highlighters, because I know the mild liners tend to smear a lot of pens. That's why I use certain pens that I know don't smear. I smear a tiny, tiny bit, but not enough to matter. We'll go up here and we'll try the Erin Condren highlighter, which is a lot more saturated. Not bad. I mean, there's a little tiny bit of smearing, but nowhere near what you might get otherwise with a felt tip pen. So that works out pretty well. I like that. Now let's check out bleeding. We're gonna look on the back side of this page and see if there's any bleeding through to start with. There is not, like you can see it. I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not. You can see it, it's barely even shadowing, and there's very little of that bumpiness that I get with the braille-y feeling I get with a lot of pens. There's a little bit of that, but not much. And there's a tiny, tiny bit of shadowing, but not enough to really bother me. So we're gonna go into this Erin Condren planner here, use one of these coloring pages because I have no use for them. And I'm just gonna see how they look here. I'll just write test. 05 test. I'm going backwards this time because that's the pen I grabbed. I mean, this might not be the best paper to test on because there's stuff in the way, but you never know. So let's look. Let's take a look. Doesn't show at all. Like, not at all. That's beautiful. So I'm going to do something that I might do. I'm going to write high. I'm going to thicken the downstroke because this is something I do fairly often in my planner, is thicken the downstroke, and that's where sometimes shadowing happens. Sometimes is actually an inaccurate word. Most often shadowing happens, at least in the old Erin Condren. This paper is thicker than the old Erin Condren paper, but why don't you go in? Let's see here. Dude, there's nothing. It doesn't even show. Like, it barely shadows. Okay, that's great. I mean, part of that might be this paper too. I haven't done a full test on it. If you want me to, I can. There's other people who've done it, but we'll see. So let me give some more information on these because I didn't at the beginning. I was neglectful. You can get them individually. Individually, they are $2.89 from the Tombow website, or you can get the 3-pack, which is $8.67 for the 3 of them, which winds up, I actually don't know how, like, I can't math in my head because that's not what I do. And if you're going to judge me because I can't math, well, kiss my butt. Kiss my butt. 867 divided by 3 equals 289. Okay, so the 3-pack is the same price as buying them individually. So there's no benefit to buying the 3-pack versus them individually. So if you don't know if you can use them, like the different sizes, my usual MO is to use the 03 the most and use the 5 and the 1 for, I use the 5 for filling in dark areas. And this is with any type of pens, like the Pigment Microns, Pitt pens, whatever. I use the 3 the most. I use the bigger one, the 5, to fill in, and the 1 to do tiny detail work. But 3 is generally, I might buy some more 3s to stock up on those. I will say if going back to the microns, one area the microns do beat out these Tombows is that the microns have more tips. They have 001, they have 08, they have 02. They have more than just these 3, but these 3 are probably the most used. So I hope that Tombow decides to come out with more tip sizes because that would truly make them competitive with other drawing pens. But for now, I think this is a solid entry into the market. I am excited to start using them, and if the one area that I feel like we'll find out over time is this durable tip situation. Can the hardness stand up to my hardness? What? Okay. We'll find out. I will let you know. I'm going to be using these in my planner at least this week, maybe in the following weeks. We'll see how it goes. So I'll give you guys an update, maybe on Instagram, maybe here. I don't know. But I will let you know what I think about the durability and if I find out what's going on with like water or whatever, because, you know, whatevs. Oh, and we'll go for odorless too. Let's take this one in a second. Yeah, there's no odor there, but I mean, my microns don't smell like anything either. I mean, Sharpies smell, but Sharpies are alcohol, so I think they're alcohol, whatever. Regardless, have you tried these out yet? Is there any other new pens that you've tried out that you're excited about? Let me know in the comments, because I am trying to do a no spend, and that has so far not worked out in the best favor. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you next time.